I'm gonna be real, people. I didn't even write anything down for this video, so I'm just going off the dome, you know? So, how I felt about Sonic Frontiers. It was good. How I felt about this game when it hit the credits, I felt like it was the end of a side story, so to speak. And so, that same feeling I got when playing Unleashed, it wasn't there. Like when Unleashed finished and hit the credits, right? I felt like it was the end of an adventure, and it left me speechless. And even if there was flaws in the game, the immersion in the experience was so much, it drew that emotion. And so when I look back to Sonic Frontiers and I think about the gameplay and the journey, it's that, but like 10 times less. You know, it didn't feel like a journey, and the story were not at the same level. The gameplay surpassed the story by leagues. You know, and so when there's not an equal balance of that in a Sonic game, and especially in this Sonic game where they're exploring an island, and because of the separation between story and gameplay, one being way better than the other, it leaves the immersion behind which Sonic games are known to have, and leaves you with just raw gameplay. And some people love that, but as a Sonic fan, I am here for the story, and this story, sorry, is not comparable to a SA2 or a Sonic Unleashed. What I'd rate this game is a 8 out of 10. Reason 1 being the final boss. Final boss. First off, I'm gonna say this to any player who's about to get there or who will get there. To access the true final boss, you have to turn on hard mode just to play the boss, and then even then the boss sucks. The boss is, it's not it, bro. It's not it. It takes you an hour to beat it. It took me an hour and 30 minutes to beat it, maybe an hour. A long ass time to beat it. And that shouldn't be a boss that's there, you know? The ending is what left me like, alright, buddy. So the second part of why I gave it an 8 out of 10 was the story. Sure, the gameplay elements are fire, and I'd replay the game. I'm not watching the story again. Like with Unleashed, I can watch the story again, and I'd be like, damn, that moment right there, that hit, because I'm immersed. By the time the story in Unleashed kicks in, I'm already immersed. They played the sick opening intro, as to where this game doesn't play that sick, flashy intro. It just shows Eggman getting sucked into a portal. When I think of good Sonic games, this will be on there, you know? So that is a very good step for Sega. And what I wanted this game to be was to be a huge map. I'm talking like bigger than Breath of the Wild, and you could go to each different point. But no, this was more like a Legends Arceus style. You cannot replay boss fights in Sonic Frontiers. You can't replay boss fights. You have to go there manually, restart the game, save before the boss, because you only have 3 files. That's another point. You only have 3 files, and you can't do any of that. Everything I'm speaking right now is very petty. But when the game is good, all those petty bad things tend to come out. And I still love the game. I love Sonic Frontiers. Like this 60 FPS, the PS5 version, that's the version the gameplay is. That is so beautiful. It's beautiful. It's hype. It's hype when it needs to be hype. And this draws me to everything I liked about the game. The music! The music is so fire, bro. The music is so fire, bro. There's so many tracks that are just banging. Banging, dude. The boss fights. Insane. Insane boss fights, man. Holy crap, dude. Insane. Probably some of the best Sonic fights ever. There's none that tops Sonic Frontiers boss fights, man. They're so good. Another good thing about this game was the interaction between Eggman, Sonic, Knuckles, Amy, the other character that you don't know the name of yet, and Tails. All of them are fire. Like the characters individually in the development are insane. You go through all the side stories, you'll see what I'm talking about. I love Eggman in this game. He's so amazing. Like the way he goes about everything and handling everything is amazing. And the ending story-wise was phenomenal. Another good point is it didn't feel too grindy. So my final thoughts on this game as a whole would be it's a very, 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 very good Sonic game. I recommend any non-Sonic fan to play this. Yeah, this is a good starting game. It's not too long. The concept of it being a depressing story, I like that. I like that for Sonic. It's something different, right? Sega always is trying something different, and most of the time they miss. But this one was a real hit. So I appreciate that. But if you're gonna buy this game, go for it, man. PS5, PS5's version I played, and I loved it. I don't know about the PC version. I think you might want to get the PC version, because there's mods and other stuff you can add to the game if you don't like the experience. That's the personal one I recommend. If you don't have a PC or a PS5, you can get the Switch version. Not optimal, but it will give you the same experience, or experience similar to the PS5 and PC version. I love the game. Personally, probably one of my most favorite games this year. I don't think there's any that tops it, really. Not in 2022. Well, we'll have to see in 6 days when Scarlet and Violet comes out, that's for sure. Because I will be playing that on the channel. I don't know if I'm going to stream it or record. So I'll have to see what I'll do with that. If you do want to see some Scarlet and Violet gameplay, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, all that good stuff. Anyways, back to Sonic. Do I think this is topping any of the classics like Unleashed, Sonic Adventure 2, Generations, all those? No. I think it does beat Generations. It does what Generation does, but it's a little better. I think it beats Generations in my personal opinion. But it's not beating Unleashed for me, because the immersion in the story doesn't catch up to the gameplay. Because Sonic gameplay, let's be honest, they have the boost formula down, so they're not changing it too much. They're not changing it too much. They have the boost formula. Now they have the combat. And now they have the combat, right? They have the combat, they have the boost formula. There's a story. There's a story for Sonic. And the story is what the Sonic community is about, man. It's what it's about. It's such an interesting and unique story. So do something with it, you know? They have all these characters. You have all these characters. Sonic himself is kind of cool as well. Do something more. I wanted more. Like the levels, like SA2. Come on, let's be honest right now, bros. Let's be honest, Sonic community. It is not the best gameplay-wise. We love the momentum. We hate everything else. You play the momentum, and then you leave. Sorry, the momentum gameplay. The Sonic and Shadow level. You play those, and then you leave. No one's really messing with the Knuckles, the Eggman, the Rouge the Bat levels. We're not messing with it. The Tails levels, we're not messing with it. Besides the point, the reason why SA2 is still talked about and still played is because the story is phenomenal, man. In my opinion, I think the story is so phenomenal. People watch the story all over again and get excited and get hyped when they turn Super Sonic and Super Shadow. I don't know why I almost said Super Saiyan. I'd love to see more Sonic games in the future, Sonic bangers. I hope Sega does something pretty cool in the future as well. Like the whole animation with Knuckles when he was punching crap, that was beautiful. The Sonic the Hedgehog YouTube channel like posted videos about the songs they posted. It's kind of cool to see the community back alive again and celebrating this new game. It's a beautiful sight to see. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on the game down below. Try to keep it as non-spoilery as possible. Also, if you could hit the like button, subscribe, I'd be very happy. We're almost to 100 subs. Currently, we're at 96. So let's just try to get up to the big numbers, you know. Just try to make a name for ourselves on here. We are Blazing Studios, baby. We Blazing Studios. So yeah. With that being said, I'll catch you guys later. I just wanted to talk about this game because I beat it. And yeah.